Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Timeless, and you're here with Timeless Talks. I'm here to address some issues with the world that I feel I need to speak on. I've been feeling this need constantly, so I tried to find a way to filter it. I've tried talking to people, but I want to be on more broad spectrum. I want to hopefully address and talk to many more people. And I'd like to address a lot of issues in the world today that are going on that I find are part of the reason the world is in such a degrading situation that it's in. Because people think the world is complicated, and it's really not. The world is a lot more simple than you think it is. Everybody think everything has to do with fashion and how you stand on a social grade and how people look at you and view you, and that's really not that important because you could be viewed as a king one day and the next day be seen as a pauper. And both were short lived if you live past that moment, if you truly think about it. And I know, forgive me, I get philosophical at times. You'll have to understand that I work things differently in my mind than a lot of other people would, but the connections I make are solid. So forgive me sometimes if I lose you in the middle of the conversation. I do end up having a point at the end, and I do address it directly. So, okay, to continue, the world is simple. We want to love, we want to live, we want to be happy. That's what most anybody wants from childhood on. See, if you want to know what really matters in life, go talk to a child. Spend some time with a child and just ask them what they like in the world, what makes them happy. And you'll find very simple things appease them. But as we become older, we find ourselves more interested in what's going on around us. And of course, we get more affected by the people that we're around. And a lot of times in a world where, unfortunately, ignorance is praised, if you're in a crowd of fools, you're most likely going to start taking on the traits of a fool. It's just human nature. We adapt to our surroundings. And that is something that I see so many people, good people, go down, is that you just allow yourself to be a fool. And what happens is, it's most likely not everybody's a fool either. It's not a majority of fools. It's just one or two fools, but a lot of times the fools will be the ones that act out the worst. They'll try to lead by example because they have no idea where they're going. So they try to think, well, this is the right way since, I've had other fools show me this has worked and they benefited from it. Nowadays, we put warning labels on everything because of fools. And there goes the saying of, take the warnings labels off everything and let the world sort itself out, which, as fun as that sounds, it's still got its purposes. It's just, we cater too much to this world. This world's become too tender. I mean, if you go back in our ancient histories, men were tough, women were tough. We had calloused hands, we worked hard. Every day was a struggle, but it was a struggle to live and a good struggle. Like, people who had honest lives. Nowadays, it's people that just have no lives, that just sit on their asses all day and literally do nothing for nobody, ever. And it's sad. Because it's just a waste of humanness, of life, of energy, of anything. Like, why sit there and do nothing? Why contribute just to yourself? Why not leave a mark on this world that's beautiful? Why not leave a story for people to tell in the next years to come of a great man or woman that existed that did good things for people and shared their wealth and was happy and was generous? Because if you hear, most of the times, those are the people that are most beloved, are those that gave selflessly. I mean, even the great martyrs in history. I mean, I'm not a religious type, so don't get me wrong, but I will make references. Like, people speak highly of Jesus in his own right. He was a giving man from all the stories I've heard. He was somebody that gave. He was somebody that never forsook the fact that help out the person next to you. Help out your kin. Help out your brethren. Help out your brothers and sisters. Help out the people that are around you. Help out the animals that are around you. Care for everything that's living. And everything that's living might start caring for you. Too many people are self-concerned and self-absorbed, and it's sad because so much good is wasted. Like, Like I said, everybody's worried about fashion. Everybody's got to have the coolest shirt on and the brand name shoes. And, well, not everybody, but a majority of people. I mean, you know how it is nowadays. And, everybody's got to show the exotic foods that they ate and post it up on social medias. And, everybody's got to be trending on the next topic of what happened with the last celebrity. And, it gets to a point where you ask, are you living your own life? Because you're so absorbed in these things that are not about things you can actually touch or affect. You know, people follow celebrities, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy TV, I enjoy movies, I enjoy video games, I do enjoy electronic media sources of all types, but I can't live that life. I use it as maybe, when I need to give my brain a break from real life and dealing with responsibilities and the things of living, that I discover that, it's nice to get a little break, oh, let's see what this man's life was like. But to live your life watching other people live their lives is not living life at all. Sorry. I mean, scientists do it, but they do it for work. They study things, but then they still have a life of their own that they go try to live. At least most of them. There are those dedicated 100% all the time workers, but still, in all regards, I try to alert people to the fact that don't complicate life. If you find yourself filled with drama, if you find yourself filled with chaos and just constant stress, try to simplify life. Try to look at it a lot easier, stop thinking about all the little things you have to have that make you happy and think about what really makes you happy. When you felt your happiest. And not because it was an elated, I just got a really big check and I was able to go buy myself those Jordans that I wanted. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating against any brand names because, I personally like all things. I need to put disclaimers on this because I'm not trying to hurt any brands or anything because, still, like I said, things become overcomplicated to where you can't even speak about certain references to pieces without people taking you one way or the other and saying your claim is subjective. I'm just making a reference towards a thing because there's so many types of things out there that are similar to it, just an easier reference. The point remains that don't complicate your lives. Because the world's heading in a really twisted way these days. I watch the news constantly, and I mean local news, national news, and international news, and the things that are going on right now are disturbing. They're actually really frightening. It bothers me a lot of times when I think about the things that are going on right now and the things that are in cycle and watching all the conflicts between the governments because there's a lot of them. I mean, I'm sure if anybody watches any news nowadays, you've heard something political in the news, not even just alone with our president-elect, Mr. Trump, but anything going on in this world right now, you should be aware that it could go to shit at any moment now. And that's how it is. That's how it stands. That's how I've been living for like the last year and a half, with that knowledge that this world could tumble down. There could be a war, a massive war that's going to break out. And, I just try to get the message out to tell people to prepare themselves, to be ready. Because, simplify your life now, find out what makes you happy now. Because when that time comes, you're going to want to take those simple things and protect those things that make you happy. Those things that you love and those people that you care about. Because, of course, it's going to come down to really your family, your loved ones. You're going to find that objects and items and things become non-essential when it comes down to guessing for a life. A life which means a lot to your life. So, I say to everybody out there, prepare yourselves. Because we are in an era where things are in a change. And somebody's gonna pop the button. Somebody's gonna act a fool. Somewhere out there, in all the lands out there, with all the aggressions going on and all the troops being placed everywhere. I mean, look around, look up the details right now on where, governments are placing their troops. Everybody's lining up for war. Everybody. So, I just say, as citizens of any country, of any state, prepare yourselves. Because when the shit hits the fan, man, and it will, oh, it's going to. I have that hard feeling, unfortunately. I wish I didn't have it, but I have it. It's going to hit the fan. And when it does, you're gonna at least want to have somewhat. You're gonna want to make sure you have some toilet paper to try to clean up some of that mess, or be able to at least deal with it. It's a man freshening, you know. I don't want to go too long and rant forever, but these videos will keep coming. I'm going to try to at least post once a week, if not post twice a week for now, because I think it's urgent that people need to hear these words. People need to be aware of these things. Anything I talk about or reference politically or news-wise, you can check up. I do check my sources. I make sure I'm going through legit sources, and I am not afraid to admit if I've made a mistake. I just give you the knowledge that I have at this moment in time, what I think is the truth and what I found to be the truth, not what I feel. I try not to put my opinion in these things because I try to look at them objectively as I can. But as in all human nature, we tend not to we tend to put ourselves in everything we do. Um, so as of for now, this is Timeless Talks. Timeless signing off. To all my friends, my brothers, my sisters out there, to all the people in the world, just be ready. Prepare. Get a go bag. Put away some water. Don't go crazy, but, you know, be ready. Good luck.